welcome back. So I'm out by the Golden Acorn Casino, and I'm gonna stop and see what the price of gas is. Check my Gas Buddy app. Today I'm going to a place called Pueblo Siding or something like that. Let me say that again. It is in the middle of nowhere. I did kind of stumbled across it about a year ago. I did one of the trails, or followed the old Impossible Railroad a little bit. It's south of Highway 80, and afterwards I looked it up on the satellite imagery, and I found out there's a lot more trails, and there may be a good place to camp too. So we'll go check that out. I'm gonna stop at a little cafe. I think it's called Live Oaks Market. I'm gonna get gas there too. Give them the business. The Golden Acorn doesn't need it. They're a casino. The little mom and pop shop's a penny cheaper. So we'll head down the roads a little bit. Probably get me a coffee there. Haven't had a coffee yet today. It's about 9 o'clock. Go get me some gas and coffee. Check out this little store. See if they got any cold coffee. See what they got back here. Bud Light.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's something. Yeah. But like you said,
all right, we got some gas and a coffee, cold coffee, at Live Oak Springs Liquor and Gas. It's a little gas station like that. It's got one pump, which is kind of cool. It reminds me of my parents' place when I was a kid. We're off to the next stop. All right, we're headed back towards the Golden Acorn Casino. Turn south through the reservation, and then get on the road to Pueblo Siding. That's what it is. I gotta get that straight. So I don't know the history of Pueblo Siding. I will try to research it furthermore. But initial search found nothing. It's just a place in California. It's not really even a town or nothing. A zip code did come up. So it is possible that it actually is a town. If it's got a zip code, it's probably got a post office. Guess we'll find out. So I just made the turn from Golden Acorn Casino, which is behind me there. Now headed south towards Mexico. This will probably be probably a 10-minute drive, I think. This is a nice scenic route. I think there's a underground river or something, creek. There's a lot of tree growth, and so for the desert, it's pretty wooded. I don't know, this is one of those areas that's kind of like checkerboarded with Indian reservation. The other stuff, I don't know if it's private or if it's BLM. It may be BLM. So you're kind of crossing, you know, from territory to territory. It's kind of a triple whammy out here, especially when I'm exploring the railroad, because you got the tribal police, you got the railroad cops, and then you got the border patrol. The border patrol are the ones who are out the most, and they're always eyeing me. Actually, at one point, had a helicopter follow me around for about 10 minutes. They're doing their job, you know. It does get annoying though if you got like a Black Hawk just, you know, right there at your 3 o'clock, constantly watching you, watching what you're doing. But yeah, there's a lot of illegal border crossing activity through here. A lot of the migrants come up through here, especially through the wooded areas, because it's shady. This place gets like stupid hot. So, you know, they try to cross in the shade or at night. So a lot of these like wooded, shaded, like I'm passing right now, are, you know, you could run into groups of migrants. I've never have. They generally try to avoid being seen. So if they see the truck coming, they just hide or stay put. The best bet is, if I see something, is just to kind of pretend I don't see them, don't engage them, and then just make the call to the authorities and say, hey, there's a group out here. And not for the illegal part, I get it, you know, they want to come to the country and have a better life, but it's pretty dangerous out here. A lot of people do die in the desert trying to cross it. It's best that they just get picked up, you know, and safely transported out. A lot of them come out and they just take more of a bite than they can chew when it comes to this trip headed north. So a lot of activity by the border patrol. The railroad cops, they're not as much, but if you do get caught on the railroad, it is railroad property. You can get hit with like a $400 fine for trespassing, which, yeah, you know, is it worth the risk? If I'm exploring and I'm having a good time, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd pay the $400. But there's no railroad. The railroad is closed. They are trying to open it, I heard, but the sections that I go on are so abandoned. You know, I usually check the tracks, make sure they're fully rusted and there's not been any service vehicles on it. Even the rusted tracks, they will show. This is actually a pretty cool little church house here. Take a picture of it. Railroad. I'm going to switch cameras here for a sec. You see over there in the distance, that's one of the railroad trestles from the Impossible Railroad. And this here is the church house, Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And there's a little cemetery back there, and it's kind of cool. That's why I come out here. Look at all this, like, different stuff. The map says I need to go to the right for a little bit, which is going to take me to a place where I came out when I was off-roading last time. So I'm going to go under the bridge, under that bridge right there where the railroad is, and then cut in. I'm going to air down my tires too. All right, so this is the map. Here's San Diego. If you're familiar with that, San Diego, California, there's the Big Bay. There's, you know, downtown over here. And then home is up here, over here in Poway. And then, so I hop on the 8 at the moment where I'm parked and looking at the map in the truck. I am by, you go down the 8, as you saw it, through Pine Valley. Here's the Golden Acorn Casino right next to the freeway. That little gas station that I was at is right here, just down the road. Live Oak Market and Restaurant. You can see it there. So I headed down this Highway 10. Right now I'm parked by this church. Right here on this church road. And I'm about to turn to the west and continue over here to this 15. It's actually a dirt or gravel road. You can see over here is the trestle that I took a picture of. You can see it, see the shadow of it right here. So I'm going over to this road right here. This is where I came out last time, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna attempt to take this to the railroad and then run parallel with the railroad. Over here by this little marker, there's a little bridge. So in this area, I'm gonna stop and air down. Looks like they resurfaced the road here. And it looks pretty good. So here's a trestle coming up. This is for the railroad. I was actually thinking about sneaking my quad on top of that, but it has no railing, and it's going to be pretty obvious that there's somebody on it, and I'm going to draw attention to myself, which isn't good. It's pretty cool trestle here. The bridge. So I'm going to come up to a little road here that's to the left, and there was an area here. This is where I came out. It was about a year ago. It was right after I got the truck on the road, and it was the first place I went out and put a bunch of scratches into it. Let a little air out of the tires. Not completely, but I don't want to be rattling around. Oh, looks like they buried it. Look at that. Yep, looks like we're not going in there. So it's buried. Or is it right here? Somebody's going in there. Yeah, we're not going in there. Yeah, this is where I came out last time, I think. But it's freshly buried over there. They buried the road. I don't think they want people in there. So I'm gonna avoid this section. Not up for it at the moment. I got plenty other stuff to cover. But it's a nice day camp spot, I guess. But it's next to the highway, so it's not. Found me a lug nut. Spare lug nut. Grab me my coffee out of my refrigerator. It's funny, I hear music in the background. I'm going to show where Pueblo siding is. So this is the road I came down from the Acorn Casino, went over to the east, over to this area where I couldn't air down. And then I well, you head down and then you see it right here in the center of the screen. This is the area. Pueblo sighting. It's not much. It does have a zip code of 91906. So I'm going to explore this area. I'm going to try to hop on next to the tracks right here where it runs. It does this crazy loop. I'm going to follow these tracks all the way as much as I can. Go by this astronomy thing. There's a supposedly where I see a kind of a camp thing. I want to see what that is. I have a cross here, which turns out to be gated. It's not passable. I'm obviously taking this video after the fact. All right, I got my tires aired down. Go check it out. Looks like they got some rain here last night. Yeah, I let some air out of the tires. Today I'm running around 25 in them. It's mostly roads. I'm not doing any rocky trails, not that I know of. It's mostly sand roads, packed sand and washboard. I normally run 40 something, 45, sometimes 50 psi in the tires on the highway for the better mileage and better handling. Normally in the backcountry roads, like the fire roads, I run about 20. I'll go down even lower in the sand if I'm like need the traction, but I like 20 for the comfort. That I don't really need to air down for the traction as much. I do it mostly for the comfort and not to beat my stuff, bounce it around too much, you know. So this works for me. A lot of wooded area here. A lot of ranches, horses back there. Take a picture of this tractor real quick. Need a tailgate, a caravan. Yeah, this actually goes to a place I marked on the map as a campsite. I want to drive down there and check it out. This road's supposed to come out in another neighborhood to another paved road. Gonna end up backtracking this. Go check this. We'll go check this little noodle to the right. the end of this road, end of this trail. Didn't realize how many hills were out here, because you think it's flat. That's the one thing that's hard to see on the satellite imagery, is the terrain. There's actually hills here. You can partially see the railroad. It's like follows that right there. See if we get more clouds today or more rain out here. See stuff forming way over on the horizon. But yesterday there was a significant downpour here. You can kind of see it on the ground. So it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna have a quick snack. I'll take a chewy. It's my coffee. It's Friday, one of my off days. The kids are at summer camp. Wife has to work today. I got like 7 hours to myself, maybe 6. I got to get back home by 4 o'clock and pick up the boys, get over to football practice. Yeah, I probably get, usually on these days, I end up with about 6 hours where I can hit the trail, either off-road with the truck or the quad, or do a motorcycle ride. If I don't have the full 6 hours, or I got stuff to do, or the gas is expensive, I usually ride the motorcycle real quick, like do a Julian ride or something. But it's good. It's good to get out here. Kind of see over there. See over there where the railroad cuts through the hill. So yeah, I still got the coughs. By the way, I am post-COVID. The damn thing finally caught up with me. I do have all my shots and I am boosted, but I got positive like 3 weeks ago or so. Slowed me down for a couple days, and not really full days. Didn't really stop doing stuff. Still had to do stuff. Ended up working from home. Pretty much still clocked almost my full 40-hour week of regular work, and had the kids at home, took care of the kids, cleaned house, cooked their meals, and the kids and the wife were, and still are, negative, so they didn't get it. Not sure where I picked it up. Probably at work, at the office or something. You never know. But yeah, finally caught up with me. Kind of felt like a mild cold, and I still got a lingering cough here. Occasionally I was running out of energy, which I'm pretty slow moving to begin with. So if you can imagine me being even slower, it's pretty funny. But yeah, I still did everything I needed to do and took a nap here and there, and that's about it. I did a couple of trips during that time. The one day camp video that I did, that was during that time, and where I machined the spacers and all that. I was still doing stuff. So I got lucky, or, thankful for my shots. The vaccine worked, did its job. Come back out here and, enjoying the summer. It's good. Taking this side route here, see a wheel, but it's a 5-lug. Hey, it's an old True Track. I used to run these on my on my Jeep, my Land Cruiser. Those are actually pretty good tires for the off-road, but they suck on pavement like really bad. They're like a bias ply tire. They're not a radial, so they're really bad on the freeway. I don't think that this road goes through. I was looking at the satellite image, and it's looks like it gets really narrow and probably not passable with the truck. Turns into like a creek or something. It's supposed to connect through with another main artery, but the satellite image didn't look promising. So the trail's starting to get a little tight now. Looks like ATV tracks side by side. Gonna start bushwhacking here, so my guess is I'm pretty close to the end. Yeah. Think we're done. Not doing that. I could, if I had to, I can squeeze in there, but well, I've reached the camp spot, so I marked, it's over by this tree. It's a little more overgrown, but it's a nice little valley. This is the tree, but I found other spots that are much better, but this will work. This will totally work. I'm not gonna go much further past this. Turn around, and now I'm gonna head actually down to the crossing at Pueblo sighting, and we'll check out the railroad. I'm gonna see if maybe I can unload the quad and take a ride up the railroad, but we'll see. It's hard to predict. Keep gate closed. Cows in the area. Got a local junkyard establishment. Need some car parts. So we're getting there. There's Pueblo sighting right there. We're on the blue dot. It's gonna get us right to the crossing, which is in the middle. I don't know. We may follow the railroad tracks down. see what happens, or this squiggly line here. Or come back this way and take this main route. But I think we can figure it out. That's half the fun. So we are at Pueblo siding. This is where the railroad, the Impossible Railroad, crosses the main artery. Last time I took that route over there. There's a road in the bushes there, and right next to the fence, and that got me over to the place where I started, where somebody pushed those mounds of dirt with a tractor. That's where I came out at, just a little shy of that trestle that I took the picture of. So I have not gone on this. This looks a little wider than the other side. This is the one I went down. So I'm going to check the map one more time and see which road looks wider. It's the one on the east side of the track or the one on the west side of the track. Starting to get good clouds forming over there. Could get the quad on this. There's definitely not been anything on this track. I can't get the truck on it. I could. The truck kind of fits one wheel in the track and one on the outside, but the railroad ties are in pretty bad shape. So it's a bumpy ride. My tires actually fit right on the rails, and if I deflate enough and get on like right here where the sand is and line it up perfectly, the tire will hug the rails and I can stay on the rails fairly easy once I get rolling. It's hard to get back on them if you fall off. It just doesn't want to do it. The rails are too slippery to kind of get back on them. I decided to go on the east side of the railroad track, which is right there. It's to the the railroad is to the right of me. This left road was more wider on the satellite image, so I'm going to take it. There was a little narrow spot, but it didn't look too bad. See the railroad right there. That is one crazy railroad, I'll tell you that. The way it snakes through everything. Would have been pretty cool to see it and ride on it. You know, the rumor has it they're fixing it, but I haven't seen enough activity on it to make it prove that. I know they're patrolling it up by the gorge, by the big trestle. But, you know, looking down here, there's no tire tracks from a patrol vehicle or nothing. There's a little ATV tracks, if that's been here, a side-by-side or a quad, a motorcycle. Some sort of a crossing there, but there's a fence. Tell you what, the terrain doesn't look anything like what I was anticipating. A lot of little hills and gullies and things, mounds of dirt. I thought this was all flat, but there are some inclines and declines to it. gotta put the camera down and drive. It's a tiny little meadow. See the railroads on the right of me up here. So yeah, there's actually a border patrol agent out here. I'm gonna stop and just say hi. They got a quad. Well, that was pretty cool. I talked to the border patrol agent. The dude was pretty cool. He's out here cruising his little quad. Just checking out these clouds here. Maybe they'll produce something. I'm gonna try to continue down this thing, but the one trail ended. I gotta maybe eat my sandwich. This is where the tracks cross. That's like way overgrown over there. I'm gonna head over to the east. That's right there, that's going to the west. And this is now I'm turning to the east. Continue down this one and see where it goes. That's lunchtime. Gonna have my sandwich. Found me a nice shady tree. All right. Now we're cooking. Got a chicken patty going.
For up to 100 employees, use promo code XM and get 2 months of payroll processing.
All right, lunch is over. Gonna move on down the trail. Actually, I'm headed that way. The railroad's right on top of this little mound. The farm equipment, old truck. It's pretty cool. All right, we'll pack it up and move on. Up by the tracks now. Check the map real quick. See where we're at. No, the astronomy compound is over here. Had to get up on the track to, there was a little part that was kind of tilted. There's a railroad switch here. Looks like there was a place to turn the train around. But that part of the switch is missing. They did grade the road. You can see this part here where it went off, and down there behind me it would have made it with this track here, and then there's another one on the other side. This is where you see the railroad switch would have been, where you can turn the train around. It comes down and then it just runs into this dead end, and then it'll come back the other way, where you could flip the train going the other way on the track, which is kind of cool. So I had this one marked, but there's a gate there. It says wrong way. So we're gonna go ahead and not take it. Continue on over here. Testing that suspension here. It's a little spooky. I should have probably crossed the track here, but I think we're all right. So here's the switch. This little road is more or less for the quad. the switch. Hey, it still works. That's pretty cool. It's full of dirt, but still works. That's pretty neat. That looks like the quad trail here. There's tracks next to the railroad. I could put the truck on it, but those are from the ATV. So this ain't gonna. This is my exit to the right. I'm gonna try a little more going forward. Here's another one. I had an exit marked to get back to like regular road. This is a dead end. I'm gonna go this, and I was gonna see where I can hop on and continue on these tracks, but turns out that this is where they were, the ATV tracks, and you can't actually fit the truck on it. And after that, it turns into no man's land, quad only. And it's probably quad only on the tracks. So I'm gonna go check it out, and we'll have to double back. Yep. This is the end. Yep, there's the track. So that's for another day on the quad. I'm out of time. I got about an hour left of exploring, and I gotta head back. And that's not enough time to unload the quad and go ride that section. But that's definitely worth coming back for. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, I went around and I'm back at the tracks. This is headed back to where I couldn't go any further with the truck. This also ends, but I want to see what it looks like. And there's a thing called Little Valley in there, and there's a pond. Now, I'm guessing it's going to be gated and I won't be able to get in there. But it's not too far down this road, so I'm going to check it out real quick. Yeah, definitely no room next to the railroad track. You might have to get up on it. I think this is where the gate's gonna be, on the left, right at this fence line. Yep, and there's the gate. So see, it's on this side, but anyway, if we do come back here, we're gonna have to ride inside the railroad track, which you can tell there's quad tracks. You can tell they rode a quad inside that. And that's probably what we'll do also. So basically from this point back to where I had to turn around, Yeah, there's another gate. There's the track. So that'll be the quad experience when we come back. I'm gonna have to bring a friend, see who wants to go. Give me a call or drop a line in YouTube. Well, that's it. Went and saw it. Came up with a new adventure for the quad. Gonna try that at some point. Come out here. I found a strategic route in here. Most of the roads are posted with no trespassing and stuff, which I think they're public, but people still put the signs up. But I found a route that doesn't have any signs. I'm going to attempt that next time with the quad. But it was a good day. I got to air up the tires real quick and get back home, pick up the kids. Got football practice tonight, so got to get back. But thanks for watching. Until next time.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need.